parang 10 beds, tapos may isang private room. Yung 10 beds na yun, hiwalay into 6 and 4. So, pwede rin into groups siya. And then, pwede ka rin magdala ng dog mo, pwede ka rin, pwede parang magdala ng work mo. So, workations, ang dami ng mga nagta-travel ngayon na hindi mabitawan ng work. Diba? So, meron din siyang parang, kumbaga, what we have in hotels, yung business, parang area, office area that they can do. But, primarily, this is really the project of my boyfriend and his 2 partners, Jack and John Boy. And I decided to join in on this venture para I can start learning for my one, or the next one, which will be mine and Jeff's. So, they're doing a soft opening pa lang right now. Towards the end of the year pa yung mismong official launch niya. So for the meantime, we're just making sure we can perfect all the different aspects of it, such as yung, kumbaga, yung service, yung presentation, yung mismong building, if it's that's final, final, may camera, parang 100% complete na ba siya, yun na talaga yung finish niya. So yeah, we're just doing all of that now, and me naman, I'm really just a helping hand in all of it. But ginras ko na rin yung opportunity to learn because I don't know how else I'll come around to learning how to build a hotel or how to come around to building one.
So parang first din ito na venture as partner.
Yes, first na.
So parang nag-invest na nga kayo aside sa relationship na. So parang nag- So napapag-usapan na ninyo na start muna tayo dito and then eventually diretso na sa plano niyo.
Feeling ko, I mean, parang mutual understanding na namin na, we'll start off with this since marami ako on my own, especially, ang dami ko pang gustong ma-achieve and on my own na hindi kasama siya as a boyfriend or as a life partner na, a husband already. Siyempre, gusto kong ma-experience din yung mga ganitong process or ganitong learnings and other learnings other than what we'll experience together, diba? So, bukod sa pag-build namin nun, it allows me also to tell him, okay, since we have this project together and we have a relationship, this is mine naman. Yung acting ko is mine, or the projects that I do, these are my own for myself. Para hindi kami nagtuturuan in the end na pinagkait ko to sa'yo or pinagkait mo to sa akin and hindi tayo nag-grow to our 100% individual selves. Para when the time comes na kami na talaga and we, tie the knot, God willing, na kami na talaga in the end, diba? Then we can be sure na walang regrets and we really supported each other till the end. I mean, I think one of the things that inspires us is really how Ate and Erwan are able to do that at the same time na kahit ngayon, kahit na married pa rin, they still live out their individual lives separately. But when it's time to come home as husband and wife, kaya din nila to put everything aside and come together as couple. So
start na ng may business, may joint account na kayo.
Wala pa.
So, tingin mo kung ikaw masasabi mo ilang years from now para mag-settle with him?
I don't know. Well,
or anytime ba, if ever magpropose, ready ka na?
Hindi pa ready.
Napag-usapan na niya?
Oo, napag-usapan na. Although, napag-usapan na rin naman namin na if it happens anytime soon, would I be ready? And I was very honest naman with him and saying na I think there's still a few things na ako, I still have to do and want to do. Bukod sa have to, ang dami ko rin gusto pa, ang dami ko pang dreams, ang dami ko pang need ma-accomplish on my own na might be difficult.
As an actress?
Just as an individual, really, as a sister, as a daughter, sa sarili ko, o parang mga self-discovery ba, or paghihilom sa mga nangyari before na hindi ko pa rin maintindihan or hindi pa rin ako makamove on, para rin hindi ko siya dinadala sa kung ano mang dala-dala ko as a person. So, yun. Bukod naman doon sa mga pangarap din, di ba? Kasi, syempre, we all have limited movements din sa industriya. So, yung mga personal kong dreams or personal kong gustong ma-achieve din, gusto ko ma-accomplish and to feel on my own na sa akin siya. Hindi ako tinulungan ng boyfriend ko or ng kapatid ko. Gusto ko ako.
Pero kung ano man to, kung ano man if ever na gusto mo pang malaman or ma-realize and everything, it will not, definitely will not affect your relationship with him. Baka may biglang magbago.
Hindi naman. I feel like hindi naman kasi sobra yung support niya.
Okay.
And dun lagi bumabalik yung kunwari magkaroon man ng any thoughts or any parang questions, bumabalik na lang ako lagi na, well, alam mo, pinanindigan naman niya, nandyan pa rin siya, hinayaan ka niya, and parang, anong klaseng pasasalamat naman din yun, di ba? Or parang, saan ka pa din makakahanap ng taong magsistay na sabihin mo, wait na nga, ako muna. Tapos, balikan kita later. So, parang doon pa lang, yung appreciation lang, I guess, keeps us glued together. Till the end. Till the end.
Jasmine, dun sa business, ibig sabihin, magiging hands-on ka ba? Mas madalas ka sa La Union? Or...
Hindi ko pa sure. Hopefully. Pero itong the one I just mentioned, it's called Funky Quarters, by the way. Hindi pa ako hands-on dito. Sorry, hindi pa ako hands-on dito kasi it's not really my baby project yet. This is more of learning for me para makakuha din ako ng ideas, how to manage in the future. But in terms of being hands-on, hopefully, most likely in the first few years, definitely, diba, kapag this all goes through and this actually happens, then I'll want to be hands-on. But that doesn't mean that sorry, ang dami ko nababanggang phones. But this doesn't mean naman that I'll leave my work or my career, diba? I still love acting, I still want it. It's what helped me build that. So, in retrospect, hindi ko ever makakalimutan naman or iiwanan to because I feel like I'll always want to be acting.
Speaking of acting, anong masasabi mo dun? Sinabi ni Direk Mark kanina, parang pag si Jasmine naman, parang assured na you can deliver. And how do you feel about that?
I'm very touched. Very touched. Kasi si Direk Mark, bukod sa commercial, naka-work ko rin siya sa TV5 for Jasmine the series. And doon pa lang, ang dami ko nang na-pick up from him as an actor. And at the time, I was still building myself, diba, and my skills. So a lot of the learnings I got from him. And I think that in itself, yung trust namin na build na doon. So bukod siguro sa skills na naturo niya as an actor, yung pagka-professionalism din na nakuha ko from Direk Mark or yung pagka-light din ng energy niya is something I want to emulate. So I'm very touched kasi yun lagi ang hanap ko na sana pagdating sa pangalan ko, sana no questions na or kung may questions, only good ones.
Pero generally, parang na-reach mo na nga yung point na pag sinabing Jasmine, someone who can deliver talaga. Hindi pa, di ba? I mean, sa Sahaya din, di ba?
Yes, na very well applauded yung
Kahit
maraming
short lang
nabitin
yung
sa stint mo.
Thank you. Actually, ako din nabitin. Gusto ko tumagal din ako. Pero okay lang kasi, I mean, that in itself, at least that was an experience for me to feel that and also to see what it's like on a grander scale. Kasi iba din naman ng TV, diba, when you reach the mass audience. So, I'm overwhelmed. Well, I don't know what to say.
Pag may mga offer pa ba, do you still feel challenged or...
Yes. Oo, kasi syempre hindi mo rin masasabi naman na, like for Sahaya, I was very afraid na baka sabihin ng tao, matanda na agad yung role ko.
Tapos mother role.
Mother role na, or kaya, hindi naman ako bagay doon, hindi ako mukhang badya, or hindi ako mukhang ganito, ganyan. So, ang daming possibilities. I think, nandun ako sa technical side of things, of how people view our role, and how I portray it, rather than kung magaling or hindi, or kung mukha bang totoong umiiyak siya. Nandun ako sa, kung baka sabihin nila, hindi ako totoong badya, or hindi ako taga-Siargao, or taga kung samang bansa, or probinsya. So, yun, lalo na kasi, you know, let's face the facts, I'm half white. So, hindi mo rin mabubura yun na meron ding, meron ding, what's it called, gusto nila representation all the time. So, kailangan din maging hypersensitive with that. So, nandun lagi yung pressure on the sensitivity of appropriation.
Yung nung nag-tweet yung sister mo about Sahaya, parang may mga reaction na oo nga, medyo underrated si Jasmine. Pero personally, how do you feel? Ganun ba talaga?
No, I don't feel feel naman I've been used in the appropriate venues. And if people feel that I am underrated, thank you. It can only mean well. And maybe this is just the beginning. I mean, tignan niyo naman yung mga ibang artista, di ba? Yung career naman nila doesn't always take off from day one or from the first 5 years or in my case, the first 9 years. So may mga iba dyan after 20 years pa or when they're in their 40s na tsaka sila sisikat. I mean, sana hindi maabot till my 40s, di ba? But ako naman, as long as there's work and, you know, I feel like you're not underrated as long as people know your presence. And for me, the most important people to know my presence are my producers, my directors, and secondary, of course, the audience. So, as long as you know how to prioritize and network yourself, never ka naman maging underrated sa industry.
Pero how do you feel lang with your ate's support mo? Kasi I mean, for her, kasi nasa ibang network siya and then for her to tweet that na show mo sa kabilang
network. Ako because hindi ko siya sinabihan or wala kaming family group chat na, uy, manood kayo. Wala naman kaming ganun. It was really, she really saw it out of the blue on my Twitter and natuwa si ate. So, si ate kasi, pagka naman humingi ka ng help to promote something, she'll really post it for you and she doesn't care kung taga-kabila siya or may kasabayan siyang project, you know, because sisterhood.
Yes.
Bukod pa dun naman, when she goes out of her way to retweet that or to say something else, ibig sabihin talagang gusto niya, you know. Bihira lang naman may lumabas na tweet dyan na hindi K-drama or K-pop sa kanya. So, I mean, you know, as a joke. But really, ibig sabihin na tuwa si ate. And I'm thankful kasi galing na sa kanya. From someone with more experience. Ever since. Pero, oo, gusto niya akong laging naayusan. I guess ginagawa niya akong mini manika or something. Mini-an of some sort. Pero kasi, gano'n naman siguro mga ate talaga pag may younger sister, di ba? Ayun, siya ever since.
Maganda siya sa akin.
Asus. Thank you.
Si Jeff ay hindi mahilig sa politics. Yung sa family nila sa politics.
Ano siya, parang extra arm na